So I'm at the Zone Library. I don't have electricity in my apartment. I did it. I got up early and I don't even feel bothered by it. I headed over to Guadalupe Shrine Church, which I ate just like a few minutes ago. This yummy meal that's on the picture. And then before that, I headed over to Catholic Charities and they gave me food so I don't die today because they're closed until 11. You can decapitate everyone that steals from me. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving. I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department, the International Criminal Court, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, maybe the U.S. Army or the U.S. Coast Guard. I'm seeking the death penalty for thousands of people, mostly people in my family of origin that stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, get in the way of me receiving money. They want to give me back my property if I illegally prostitute myself or let them service me sexually, which I don't ever want. They don't understand what an orgy is. They don't understand any concept. They're very disgusting. They've killed millions of people trying to rape me. What else? What else? What else? What else? So, I've been all morning. I will die of starvation today. And I have a very lovely lunch at the Guadalupe church. With chicken, surprisingly, it didn't taste like chicken. Vegetables, which I've done that before, just sliced bread with garlic and butter and herbs. What else? 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 And there was cake or pound cake or something like that. Coffee's so good. I got some candy. Still have the candy that I got yesterday from them in my bag. What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, when my vagina is wet, I plan to travel to Fun and meet people, ideally polyamorous. I'm excited about that. I miss dating. I miss big money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm hard. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Decades ago, I was asked if I really wanted this handle for my for myself dating Kailani. I'm like, I can deal with whatever. Like that's personally their branding. So like if they get to it, like when it's like Coca-Cola, like why would I take Coca-Cola's place on Facebook? And some of them may be poor and they may need the money, so that's how they brand themselves. I mean, in all honesty, they're not like, according to what they report, they're not like the most richest people, but in spirit, they may be, and that's totally relatable. But I'm not gonna fight over some Facebook username ever, so I'm not gonna go on to talk to my family of origin ever about Facebook after I've been on it for so long for them to get me angry when I don't want to be angry because that's not my purpose in life. Then username on Facebook. And if I had picked the royal family as my username on Facebook, then they would have stopped stealing from me and staying in my homes without my permission. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I hate to bother them, but sometimes I'm like this spokesperson of like this is maybe why a lot of them pester you, sadly, and it's not me seeking that. Sometimes I tighten security because of it, but it's not like my intention to bother them ever. What else? 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 What basically they do is they seek that one post a picture. So, for example, that day I posted a picture of myself dating Kaimani. At Legoland, they possibly approach all of the people that I have trust with that I don't date, and they misrepresented themselves as illegal prostitutes, and they say Págame una entrada al Legoland, cómprame una casa, quiero ir a una piscina, cómprame el traje de baño con el dinero de Arlene. Si Arlene no te está gastando el dinero que es para ti y para ella salir juntos, y si quieres yo te lo mamo también. Their illegal prostitutes are so gross, something that should never exist. It's 2025, and I feel worse than their mother would feel. If one needs to tell them to behave and their mother doesn't even know how to behave. That's not always the case. What else? 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 That's why they complain behind the scenes. They're like, seriously, it's always funny in Philadelphia. I don't want to trip there. Why is she following Every Why not Agent Provocateur? I can get more money out of Andrew if she follows and dissect one's life all the fucking day long. It feels like people say, how do they get time to cook or even shower? If they shower or bake, how they spent decades ago before the internet available to me gustó. Y then Andrew me da dinero para que deje de violarlo y me está tratando de convencer que follow, que yo le diga a ella que follow Gucci para luego meterme en la cárcel. And darme el dinero y decir, viste, ella lo hizo because you coerced her and then you collected the money. They waste so much time. They're already happily married with someone, so what they're doing is toying with the people that they grew up around. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. Benjamin Suarez's sons are so gross. They don't understand the concept of humanity still. They don't know what family is. Ew, ew, ew. But then it dresses up as Ken. So I burped again. Ew, these comeback enseguida que fueron entonces del dinero de Arlene que no gastaste en ella, compramos un Alfa Romeo. Those are the wishes of Arlene, yo creo, cuando te tomó esa foto y la publicó. They're embarrassing, they're so gross. They misrepresent me as an illegal prostitute to people mostly because I'm poor. Well, they steal from me. They're the worst people on this planet. They're so frustrating. If I could, I would shoot them all immediately. Stealing from myself or stealing from dating or stealing from Gailani. But I don't do guns. Yes. Are good for killing and self-defense. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm currently listening to music on Pandora. So if I link it to my dad's best time. So I had Googled how to get from that bibliothèque area, Catholic Charities, to what is it? To that Guadalupe Church Shrine without heading to Central Cross. I'm like 68 has to be somewhere along that route. We got off like they do that sometimes. Like aquí está la nena de Ramón y quizá tiene hambre y está buscando la salida. Like I've seen him in a bibliothèque before, so he's possibly on the west side. A lot. I don't know his name. I saw him at that Guadalupe Church Shrine. They stay on Social Security. Después la novia lo lleva a bailar. Is what they say. We could have a trust from me later. They possibly have trust from when I was toddler exploration. My parents are like, whatever. I don't know what happened there. So, what else? Anyways, so as I was on Sarsamura, he got off on Guadalupe. I'm like, right where the McDonald's is. I'm like, this is where I need to get back off when I'm back there. There's some work on the Chinese charts. I'm like, was that Andrew that did that? So that I stress and don't get to either place to get money. I mean, food. So I waited patiently and the bus passed right on time. I got my food at Guadalupe Church, which they weren't giving staff lunches anymore, so it's just basically snacks, something. And then I got off on Guadalupe which my phone had already turned off, but the bus driver said, whatever, it's not even working the meter right now, so get on the bus. And I got off on Brussels instead of doing Jacinto because I like looking at La Popular. What else? 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 Anyways, Gabriel Foster wants to know my GoFundMe campaign link. Anyways, so I made it from Zarzamola and Brady to Zarzamola and Guadalupe, and then from Zarzam to Guadalupe and Brussels, and ate with plenty of time to spare at Guadalupe Shrine Church. And I had a crush on the fraile decades ago. I think both of them. He was so little back then. They possibly drugged me and had me rape him so that I wouldn't get food and I died. So that's why I see him like, you poor thing. Like I look like shit, feel like shit. No, I'm not shit. You're so cute. You were so cute when you were little without saying anything. What else? What else? What else? What else? Hey, hopefully they didn't rape us. And please don't be hanging your habits for me. What else? I need new teeth. I haven't been to the dentist in 5 years. So I may have so many cavities that I need to take care of. So the purpose of Starving Me by La Lich con Boca Asquerosidad that I grew up around, including David Ledesma, is that they think that one is gonna go behind the scenes and comfort. I saw so many pretty guys in Salt Lake City when I was out with Nick Guerin. Even if I didn't pursue them, like, oh, I do them, like, check that out. For real, I'm very explicit. And then I'm like, he's okay, but not for group sex. And I don't even know if you're only interested. Anyways, like, whatever. So I don't go on to confirm. I showed one meal from her sartén criollo, my favorite place to eat around Puerto Rico because it serves a la carta and cafeteria style. And then yogurtology, another yogurt place. IKEA has food. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who is this Gabriel Foster? What? Oh, porque he wants to know if I text him or not. Dito, ¿qué te pasó, pendejo? For real. Okay, already. If you can't kill the people that are using self-defense, leave me alone. That's not self-sacrificial. If you can't handle it, go die already. Leave me alone. He's testing me a ver si de orgías yo salí facilita. That's not his right. This could be unturned. I verify 6 people or I reply with the address. I'm not even reading this. What else? 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 It's like me, Edgar, to have babies. Like for real, Edgar knows how to gauge intelligence. Like, nah. What else? 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 Anyways, he just wants to take years out of my life so that I die before him, ideally, so that he can know because he's like 8 years older than me, so he can know what it is to have life without me in it all over again. To see how powerful he is. If Coca Cola will start selling just water after I die, and then I mock him, like, what if they do that just because I die? for anyone. Anyways, their account, handle, moniker, whatever. They live obsessed with those codes from Queen Elizabeth. Anyways, if you do they pretend to be me? And they're like Harry that I met through Meghan Markle. That Andrew introduced to me. I want to see your fridge. I want to see your pantry. What? I'm bored. What else? Look at the Seattle. Claiming royalty or not. Embarrassing. They're so gross. They're stupid. They want to say we're Buckingham Palace ready, Arlene, whenever you want to take me out on a date. They tried to become +1 ready and they killed my mother. I want to be killed on that metal bed. They're so cliche. Is that how he killed your daughter? He trafficked me into poverty so that Haven for Hope would give me a metal bed on the east side that I picked to live in the east side. I mean, they're stunned there or hurt. Oh, back to that. I'll skip some bad news. Anyways. Colorín colorado, esto no está acabado. My job is here done. Well, it's still poor. So, first things first. CVS energy bill. How to cook for myself today. So that they don't have to put in an article about me. And then it's natural for one to be, but what about Case? Do they know this? In case that is who would have or will eventually write the article about me. I mean, skip to all of that. For real, what if he has a crush on me? Me van a matar, my siblings? Ew, they think that the Catholic Church picks up single mothers. Don't he and I maybe have me today? They're like, well, she's tráfala con el pelo así todo amoroso. They're raping me in their dreams. You can think competitively, but Lorenzo Acevedo, they live like in a house arrest movie. They are a house arrest, like very limited places that they can visit. So they're like, I want to put my Barbie here, I want to put my Barbie there, I want to put my Barbie there. For wanting to rape me. They want to traffic me into my parents' home to bathe me in a wheelchair, ideally. Those are all that time that I was with Anchor. Where was my Alfa Romeo that I think I have with them? Oh, you can't see this because it's not the right screen. I was speech impaired for so long, but now I'm not. Did Halsey write this? What else? What else? I mean, no me importa tres carros. I don't like my personal property being stolen from me. I don't like misuse and abuse. I hate these people on the internet. Ese Jorge Avilés tiene que ser tan puerco behind the scenes, violando gente and raping and getting raped on Messenger and Snapchat. Like, I look at them like, ew, you're poor. You're possibly one of those que te prostituye ilegalmente por algo. Are your parents trying to kill you? And you have no choice. You're like, my military salary isn't enough. Con eso no la voy a dejar. Y se me va like el 57% en child support money. Porque además de lo que le tengo que enviar por el attorney's office me está llamando todos los días sin comida y diciendo necesita más ropa, necesita más ropa, necesita más ropa. Right now in my life, I know nothing about her. Porque a veces se creen, se hacen pasar parte de la vida de una y darle, ella es la que le va a comprar ropa chanchuda. Si es esa mujer con la que tú estás, ella es la que le va a comprar ropa. Son gentuza. What else do you want me to install my baby's heritage? My baby that says good morning to me in the morning. Love you. The best morning today. What? For real, it's not even like climbing a mountain, but when I get that good morning from California. Porque it's not every day. Like when we're in person. Jaden, I know he's reading. What else is gifting me money? This very likely. I'm just calling whatever. What else? What else? I'm born. I'm bored. Últimos videos. It wasn't that one. That is so weird. I thought there was a video that just came out. It was suggested, I think. Oh, that's so live-ish. Oh my god, I made my favorite always. What else? So day to day they confirmed. They're like, dale, ¿quién le va a decir a Matusalén de España que el no está disponible, que no se pintó la uña, mira, tiene una uña partida y no está disponible para darle servicio que él no quiere, porque por eso es que me está tratando de matar? When penises don't give one money for food, es que they're just as harto. They're enjoying the cause that they participate in. They're like, get rid of la asquerosidad, por favor. What? No one loves that reaction. If she could just Kung Fu Panda through every home and kill the bad people, but that's what my dad raised in me, a mercenary. So people show up and they're like, you need to kill. So to a lot of people, I'm not doing my job. They're like, what the fuck are you staring at? Jealous picture. She should be dead. Jennifer Bonita dead. Caro Cristina hace tiempo should be dead. Katie Leon también. Caro Cristina. And I have like a long list of people. And I don't know if Monica Pacheco was there to help me. So I'm like, Monica, wait here, beautiful. Porque, girl, ya yo mismo tengo que ir a lavar, aunque no quise ensuciar platos. What else? And my kids don't understand, so will your daughter tell you to just something. What else? Because they're like, maybe she needs assistance. So they steal my money, they keep me away from my money because they're like, no, that would be so easy. If you're just traveling and then you acquire like the right group of people willing and you do some of the killing. Like, I want to be in charge of this. So that's why he ignores me when I'm like, I'm hungry and I need money for food right now. It's like I'm trying to keep her on track with the people that she needs to kill in self defense. What? What? This isn't the first time. What else? What else? When you're your own security guard. What else? It's the worst. The porno laundress. Since I was a haven for hope. Like I had a maxi dress there that I lost in so many moves. What else? What else? What else? Pocket one has the intention of killing. Not like Lottie found just here at the library was taken hostage. Which my dad will chop off all of your garments ever. And you treat me like I'm seeking trouble. But if you're classified as someone that killing on purpose, I need to find her. It's like right there. I can't see it. What else? 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 Except I didn't sign up for that. That's why I think the death penalty program one of them. You know, your get under the sheets. Porque they're like, si no puede, no puede, como cuando a Andrew se le para el pene. Si no puede, ella no puede. Like, there's so much that they can put me through. What else? 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 He thinks that with hunger I'll have willingness to kill himself. That's not how it works. It may have been if it were my chosen profession. Like the people who joined the army. So those do a really good job, I've heard, of rich people. So I didn't sign up for that. They think that she that doesn't have electricity is the illegal prostitute to public. That's how dumb it is. It's the dyslexic of the brain, people call that. When they don't want to accept ni Patreon ni potestad, pero enseñar un dolarcito, una tarjeta de débito, and it writes down los números. ¿Cuánto de mis passwords Ginny Jendaliri tiene escrito? Porque under my breath, she's under my breath, literally. The other day, I'm like, hopefully someone shoots Ginny Jendaliri Suárez while under my breath. While I'm typing my password, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. ¿Qué carajo te tiene que importar? And they listen to that. I've witnessed people doing that. My parents are like, go check the situation there. I'm like, so I heard you're working on this project. I'll just sit here to observe. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing listening to someone's under their breath? Ew. Like, if one hears it, then that's fine. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Jimmy Jandaliri so Suarez that steals from me, gets in the way of me receiving money, and stays in my home without my permission. So she does that so I can date. So basically, they had me gauge competency, so I recommended that penalty for her at any point in my life, whenever I want. Entonces, el nene es un menorito asqueroso. So basically, while I was a child, he's like, well, no me invitó a una cita. Qué tipo tan lindo. What else, what else, what else, what else? Arlene no me invitó a una cita. Entonces, pues yo lo que voy a hacer es voy a llevar a otra con el dinero que le robó a Arlene y luego le voy a dejar a Arlene saber que por ella no sacarme una cita hoy. I could be in detention and busy for the rest of my day. Por ella no sacarme hoy. Yo llevé a fulana con el dinero que le robó a ella. Él hizo eso tantas veces que no es hombre. Ugh. What else? What a loser. For real? I already said to him that because I was seeking the death penalty for you. Well, he raped me in my bedroom. Right after. He sat next to me and then he was bragging about the dates that he was on while he holds me hostage so I can date. And he steals my money so I can take him on a date, which I have no intention to do so whatsoever. And then cries to people and says, oh, Bernie is such a bad spouse, you never take me out. No me compró una cita. Tries to take my money, dude, that's not a spouse. You could have just said, let's hang out. I heard you have money. If we're under the expectation that I get you something, but even so, like I hate that type of people from town. It's like you need to be self-sufficient, and I'm telling you every day that if you're gonna be married to me, you need to be self-sufficient. And he goes, well, I'm gonna be self-sufficient even with my dick put it somewhere else. I'm like, well, then you're not marriage material. We're incompatible. Go away. When I see you at a family party, mwah, mwah, mwah. Entonces then comes my so that one woman's gonna turn sexual. No? I'm like, nena, déjame tranquila. We could just be casual sex. Entonces empieza a protestar, empieza a llorar, pero María que ella me mira, porque no se puede casar conmigo, que sea unos días. Look at the meeting that I just took on behalf of Albert, Andrew, Azúcar. There's their answer. What else? What else? What else? Again? Or just a random, this is not related to it. That got off here. Can you see the cursor? On my way to Catholic Charities. It is like, that's what it is. What else? What else? What else? Ambrose, like 4 or 5 minutes. Ambrose. And so Savina, like within a few minutes, but I don't know how much I would have to walk to the library. To, that's not a library. Lucas French Church. Such a lovely bunch. He was supposed to have chicken and green beans on one knee. And garlic toast. And pumpkin. And I mean, that's what I do. I don't know why to take 16, but we got it open for 16 minutes. But isn't that what I want from HEB too? What's on the other side? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, there's always people going for Portugal, so one's brain picks that up. Or it's been shown to me in pictures. That's hilarious if I've never met him. And people say, like, this is that guy, look at the pictures. Este fulanito, el que mami estaba hablando con él por teléfono en speaker the other day que vive en San Antonio. Like, oh, and I memorize his face. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know what this means. I know that I need a home. And I shall read that or watch it. they want to play, pero entonces, ¿quién es la responsable si yo not up for discussion? They think that stealing is sexy just because they saw Angelina Jolie. Uh, My cover is blown. I've heard there's like a destruction that some CIA wannabe do for Nostalgia if they've heard it or they're seen it in a movie. They're like, whatever, then I'm gonna pretend I'm the CIA and scare some people. And I went under sábanas sin querer. Literally me violaron posiblemente y me drogaron ellos there decades ago. I showed pictures of myself in lingerie on Facebook, not at the right time, but I don't regret it. And I blew my cover. And if anyone wants to be mad at yourself for stealing. Not at Benjamin, not at me. Benjamin could be illegally prostituting them. Very unlikely. Porque no me puede prostituir a mí legalmente. You have to take accountability for your own actions. So if you think he's your pimp, then you're going to turn into your pimp, whether he wants to be your pimp or not. Some people get into embarrassing situations, I've heard, because they're like, oh, isn't he my pimp or isn't that my pimp? People are like, pimps don't exist. What else? 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 That's all I have to say about that. ¿Cuánto le robaron a él? Él sabe. Él dice a mí no me roban porque era una pistola o ya me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What the hour I've been wanting to tell you this since 2007. One says no, maybe they've rehabilitated themselves. If they want to follow the bad life, they say that guy tried to become my pimp. They're so gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Just burp. So annoying. Dude, that happened when I was 2 years old. He could be ruminating, people say. He can do that to the grave. Porque se porta bien somewhere else. Someone may say that the last few times that he saw me when I fell, he get in love with him for. I was a 2-year-old, but I'm very much well aware of joking, mocking people around. That they were like so impressed with someone and bringing up her name. So I'm like, oh, but like it was an orgy, so I was like being loud as a toddler learning language. So I'm just like, you're stupid, you're so what else? What else? What else? What else? I don't want him in my life. The police may be looking to find out like truly like how can we rehabilitate him? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Porque he thinks he's gonna record me legally having sex. No, he doesn't. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, I accidentally deleted while walking. Earlier post that said like, isn't he pimping me to people behind the scenes? It's like you don't have money, but this one has a job. This one does this. This one can take you shopping. Todos vamos a querer empezar. You can't do that while I'm starving out of money, no matter how resilient I am. I'm not gonna get raunchy for you. So that's why I'm seeking the death penalty for Guillermo Yascar. Because they love the idea of like the good girl turned bad at any expense. What else? 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 Oh, that's at the top of the hour there, shared. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. People. Hopefully, in 15 years, I'm not like, what else? Look who literally crawled over to my bed. Security. It feels like a dog slobbering over. That's why I'm trying to avoid. That's why I'm like, nene, vete, donde te quiera. You're gonna feel like a dog slobbering over me. Anyways, this is great news. The San Antonio Express News. May have to, why don't you write an article about there? They're like, whatever. What else? What else? What else? This is so good. Oh, I don't have Alzheimer's. So they're forever because I'm worried how Jaden's mommy is or like as a mother. Like, see, I'm kind of in agreement with you, but I can't like that with you, Jason. I toca. Porque you're possibly romantic that you're like, if you take someone through all of that, through the eat a Chipotle or a growl, whatever, or what else is there that's fancy? Central Market. There's a new restaurant coming to where La Madeleine was. What else? What else? What else? But I can't like that because then there will be some people who will get anxiety in the city of San Antonio. Will be like, so shall we move it from the east side to Broadway then? And this had nothing to do about her, though. And this had nothing to do about her. What else? 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 I'm bored. What else? What else? You wouldn't think so. There's City Tribe Church that I love laughing at them. There's Alibi. There's that Sunday Market. No. There's a Hyatt, Grand Hyatt nearby a dentist. There's the shops at River Center that's not that far away. People think that downtown stops at the shops at River Center and then there's nothing else. How about Amtrak people? What else? Oh, I'm with you, Eduardo Salas. Is it just like a plain Ferris wheel? Or will there be? Either way, this is great news. I'll forever get in my car with my son. What else? What else? What else? Oh, that's where he and I met. Like literally, oh my gosh! I look at him like I've seen him before. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, last night, no one gave us like when the library was gonna close. It's like I was here until 5:50. There was no announcement. It was him left and some other people like, so you're all taking me out to as colleagues. Is there something that we need to something? No. Anyways, I don't have Alzheimer and I have a pretty picture that I'm bored. So glad that I missed that Navidad song from the festival. Did you listen to it? There is a family plan on YouTube. Oh, it's Enamorate. Navidad. Oh, that when it killed me. Is self-defense when it's not self-defense over you like you haven't killed those people yet. What else? I'm seeking assistance from the FBI that are abusing me. Apparently they form cliques. decades ago when they were little, and they've remained clicky as an adult with this capital punishment worthy. They're like, well, so and so and so and so and so and so look good and naked in the planet. That's all I want. And then so and so says, wait a minute, I'm in this other part of the planet. I want this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. I don't know why they waste their time doing that. Ew, full they gauge their what is it? Their sexiness and popularity based on how many followers they have, how many friends they know. I don't know anyone really on purpose, to be honest. What, what else? What else? What else? What else? Log in there. What else? I know no one in LA. What else? After I'm like, I'm done. Kill yourselves, people. No, after I became attacked, like, and I blew my cover since I was like 2 years old. Because I grew of the excitement. What? And like, Daddy, really, I want to be shopping. I'm working so much. If he had taken me shopping, I possibly wouldn't have killed him in self defense. I would have continued ignoring them. What was the coup d'etat? Oh, how to kill in self defense, most likely. This writes a note to the FBI says, oh, I'm not a serial killer. When those, what is it? Grade reports come in and the teachers are like kind attention to detail or detail oriented, gets along with peers. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Basically, they took over my homes. Death penalty worthy since they were kids, most likely. And they continued on that path. For it's like I'm telling you, Jennifer Bonita, oh, you grow up or I'm going to kill you in self defense. One day I'm going to find a way. What else? Does it feel like I have personal instructions to do so? Possibly a little bit. What else? 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 Oh, I already shared those. What is this? Hmm. Like I was making cupcakes. So what did I do? This was a long time ago. What else? What else? My dad may be disappointed to hear that I haven't been able to kill anyone in self defense. Or he'll be like, well, the times really have changed. This is a peaceful world. You don't see anyone grabbing my food and running with it, even if they're starving. Let's watch this again. We gotta know if it recorded. The same one. Is it this one? What else? And more. What else? What else? Pausing the video. What else? And people in self-defense? It gets the job done quicker than the FBI. If there's a mercenary. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I didn't watch this. This is where a lot of people that I grew up around get ideas of she's rejecting me to have sex with, then I'm gonna steal her money, stay in her homes, steal her vehicles so she becomes a Rosa Salvaje. And then could be a reaction of who the fuck is chasing you and trying to kill you. I don't want to hear. They're running my life because people get scared sometimes. Like, whoa, 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 why are you in that condition? Is someone helping her? It is the setter from Little Piano or no? What? What else? What else? More. In the meantime, sending my GoFundMe campaign to people. What else? 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 I'm bored. Listen to this account right now. Oh, this is much more exciting when there's sound on it, but not in a enclosed room. So you find that if you want to and listen to it. It's hilarious. What else? 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 This is live. Oh, he may have used my money to make a trip, Andrew, and find anyone out there that I'm on their list just for fun. For it. And they're like, oh, she's not come back a seeker, illegal prostitute like her relatives. And they're like, I just have an ally there that can kill like me. Who killed them? What else? 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 I'm just skimming through this. What's that type Pinkerton? Skimming through this. Only in self-defense. So me being starved and not having money for food is most definitely self-defense. But like, I don't want to touch them either. They want to rape me. Ew. What else? 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 Just get into this. What? Also, I may be outdated a little bit in that some people's immunity, but that's still the FBI, may have been revoked unless directly attacked. So that's why I'm not seeking them and them telling me, no, pues no cambió la ley. Thank you for. Ya estamos viendo noggin. No, yo también vi un like candy corn. No, y después me fui de crucero. So no, I didn't kill them in self-defense. Porque luego cambió la ley y aunque like, el papelito de FBI me siento como que me tiene que atacar directamente. Kill it in self-defense. Not like, okay, hoy voy a hacer algo chatting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. But I don't need to keep up with those people because that's the whole point of it. That they're in peace to make such decisions for themselves. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, they think that because dot changed, that then that one won't. They see every stupidity as embarrassing somewhere else. I feel like I need to. Pero my God, look. I'm starting all over again. So let's go. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? My dad kids ago, they were join the armed forces. It's ridiculous. So because of my amnesia, that's the also why they trying to keep me content. It's like it would still be an asset. Pero sí, lo que quiere trepar el palo. Try one day. Try one day. Sí, lo que quiere trepar el palo. Y me saca una pana un mango adicional. Wanna lay on a branch too? Fascinating. Fascinating. Te lo creo. Y si yo te hubiese enseñado así como los monos. While laying on a branch, Tammy. What else? What else? What else? In some outfit that you don't feel prickly because some trees feel rough. También hubiese aprendido eso. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's some skills that you don't need to put into practice. But if you needed to, like sending a GoFundMe campaign to people on Instagram one day. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate me, even Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They joined the wrong side. Haciéndose realista with peasants. Como que we're so cool that we drink with you and we pirate art. Oof. They killed millions of people doing that. Uno no se puede juntar con la servidumbre. Only when it's like, what is it? What is it? When it's like there's a purpose to it that's legal, like dining or festivity. But the one doesn't go on to say like, you're so cool or you should be like us. No, 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 no. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So when I'm finished with stay when my vagina's wet, plan to travel the planet, meet people ideally for universe. So I don't need to confer and like some of these come back acquisition asquerosidad que have no human capital. Wanna tell me so in 1999 yo vi a Fraile y mira lo que yo tenía puesto. They don't get it that once one has rejected them for sex, some of them, that they'll never be attractive to one. So it's like me pueden enseñar lo que pues, ni el fraile me interesa porque I don't see people that way. Like literally, I just want to vomit, laugh, cry when I see him. Like I think I met him when he was little, and he gets courted by my rapist, get fakes to be her husband with my vehicle. Well, he possibly rapes him or doesn't may have a crush on him. Or is like, whatever, we're together, let's just use everything from Arlene para que te recuerdes de Arlene algún día. So what they're playing right now behind the scenes is Andrew telling them, oh, now that I, porque se hace pasar por mí, para que cuando muera pensar que Arlene murió. So I took a fraile por Arlene and hosted him before he joined the church or not. Does he have like a day off that is like, that's my day job and this is me? Give me a beer. Some people do it. And the church says he's from that family. It's so cute. Now we have so many kids that drink responsibly. There's some like that I've heard. What else? What else? What else? What else? So now I'm just like, déjela, no le den dinero, porque ahora it's time for a Fraile to host Arlene, la pobreza. That may not even be his lifestyle. O el día que él se case, si se decide casar, his mother may be like, para la boda, para los bebés, para todo, como que mi hijo pobre porque está trabajando en una iglesia. Even after muerta. Porque él quiso any fraile se puede casar si renuncia a la iglesia. There's Catholic priests that are married too. I've heard. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored, which is hilarious because I'm like, where are your kids? Okay, stop it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I want to cook for myself. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money and gets in the way and stays in my homes without my permission. Well, with if she's a mercenary, she must mercenary all day. As if mercenaries don't drive Lexuses or Alfa Romeo. What else? What else? That dress from the Disney store is so pretty for Halloween. What else? I'm bored. I'm trying to not post on Facebook a lot. What else? I'm gonna make them throw up for killing Gloria Mirza. For being polyamorous. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So I want to watch this one. Maybe I'll wait and watch it later. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Martin toddler exploration. She rapes or wants to be like the hip girl. So cuando te casas con Arlene, al baby. And she's like, well, we go if we both go back to the 1992 maybe. They're like, no, that was her toddler exploration phase. Vete para allá, tú das asco. Oh, ¿qué es lo que quiere? Que yo te mamara todo un día y ella estaba allí. Yo creo que ella no se recuerda de eso, Marilyn. Fo, fo, fo. Yo aquí emocionada, pensando, mira, Marilyn por fin maduró y me está invitando a una orgía quizás, like a una actual orgía. Y viene que hablarme de Arlene de cuando tenía 2 años, que te están masturbando ahí debajo de la ropa que tiene puesta, pensando en Arlene, por eso me llamaste. Qué asco dan ustedes. You can decapitate Relieve Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Jimmy Lorenzo Acevedo, aka deja que se recuerde. So what they do is they save them part of the video where say yo lo estoy violando, and then they're like Francisco de Palo, commercially composed only. FSC, that is on Instagram. Beware of our link at coverage, you may hit up your money. They look for someone that they think is attractive. And they're like, este se hubiese visto con él, bien con ella. So I must warn him. I haven't been to the dentist in 5 years. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. So Francisco le dijeron. Francisco le dio una puerta. Dijo que violó a Yandel. Mira, es cierto. Alguien en una puerta que no se baña todos los días. People that I may never run into. I'm killing Rebecca Elizabeth, self-defense Sunday. Sí, tenía, sí, oh, I've been waiting for that announcement. So I read it earlier, but it didn't say what's the system. I know, so I'm like super socialist. I give it that. I don't even want to touch it. Oh, but I'll show you what I'm reading. Entrepreneur. Ay, that's not what I wanted to say. Entrepreneur on Instagram. Hmm. ¿Cómo caminar? I knew it. Who's gifting me money today for me? For 233 years. Have a demarcation. Oh, there's a very dirty one there. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna be like polishing it. I'm gonna wear gloves. What is it? Is these people in there? What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, and I have all the illegal hookers here. His phone numbers at work that will go down with him. If they haven't already, so oh, that one rascal. Ew, they're disgusting. They fake being the husband and they rape and they treat girls like I'm gonna treat you like my wife in Hollywood gets treated. I don't know anyone in Hollywood. And I'm keeping it that way on purpose. In the meantime, I need a vehicle ASAP. My driver's license doesn't expire until 2022. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, Valeria. Oh, I'm taking a picture of this. This is awesome. What else? En sus stay mine. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, Valeria. sharing this with people in my life first. And then this. Um, and K Designs. And really, like, no, just kidding. But some people are trying to be helpful to relieve the anxiety of some people that they're like, really, that dark chocolate caramel is not going to cost me 5 cents less or 5 cents more. What else? 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 Come oh, Valeria. Bought coffee that I drank earlier was so good. What else? 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 Who's gifting me money? Who's gifting me money? Anyways, I'm broke and I'm a coin collector. What else? My parents have taught me every trick in the book to not illegally prostitute myself. They're like, but mija, if they cancel the penny, thanks to your own dumb boys. Just keep some in your wallet. Even if it's just one or none, just know. Remember when the penny existed? I've seen what else? What else? What else? So my dad may be laughing at those people that want to see me get into illegal prostitution. It's like, no, and the penny hasn't been canceled yet, and they think that that's an indication of my ability to illegally prostitute myself. Instead, their wishful thinking doesn't mean that I'm gonna be stupid like them. Wanna meet people ideally follows me. So I don't know. Como caminar en sus oh Valeria. You can decapitate me than that it is on society. It's in the way of me receiving money. Use every excuse que venga a mí. People say que ella se visualizó. Here's how we go, she goes to accomplish the goal. Es una puerca asquerosa. Esta tipa no sabe lo que es ser mujer, no sabe nada. Es un asco. Uno le trata de hablar de que on behalf of her own parents, on behalf of my parents. And she went on to be like, ¿quieres que te enseñe cómo soy mujer? Aquí en la vagina. Eso menos. Cuando hablan así. Ojeda is on Facebook. Siberia Paris, Siberia Paris. Times. Is it on this? Maybe not. What else? Current financial stable in my vagina, so I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally from the other side. What else? What else? What else? What else? sometimes. They're for photo of their like monkeys and chimps. Have you ever seen them? Ellos bailan toda la canción, they recreate it. Full, 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 full. They're so dumb that they think that they're gonna fix the lives of those kids that are stupid. And they're the ones that are stupid. There are no world leaders or no educators. I've been saying that for decades. And my energy is spent. I don't want to kill them in self defense, so it would be so easy, and they're ready for it. Like some of them have showed up to my parents' home, like whatever, decades ago, with a reason for me to kill them in self defense. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm born. I purposely missed and bullying me and being like, no tenía nada en tu closet y llegaste en este group chat con eso puesto. Oh, there's one literally with the same t-shirt that one has because it stalks one. Being like, vamos a hacerlo. Those kids that are like really strong, they're really tan duros. Les da envidia esta gente. Have you seen those? I've heard the parents turn some kids into like gym buffs in their own home, and they have like their bodies really toned as a way to just it's a spend all the energy that they have throughout the day in upset position about rape, about killing. They're like, how about YouTube gymnastics and stuff? A lot of them are in gymnastics. So they sign in the envidia. They're like, I want to be like if I está like bien dura. How do I do that without like doing gymnastics? Get to the gym decades ago. What else? 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 This is what I've been wanting to say since I arrived on Facebook in 2007. Their legal processes on Facebook. Yeah. Never go on finding out about severity of it. Life on Facebook. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored, so I'm done. My work here is done. Where's that right? They want to try to lure me in into talking to them. So for them to lure me in to make it seem like I approve for them to be legal prostitutes to my crushes. So they want me to compliment them. They fake conversations most likely. They're like that dearly. Envíale a Jorge un mensaje y dice, mi amor, Jenny Yandaliri se ve tan linda con ese traje, le compraste con mi dinero que me robaste. Como si el FBI no pudiera spot that. Just because the FBI doesn't put them in jail doesn't mean that what they're doing is wrong. And they're that insignificant to the police to put in jail because people that go to jail, for the most part, are people that want rehabilitation or like that, like desperate causes, like out there with a gun and just kills people. They want to pretend that they'll become they're like, well, if that's what it takes for the FBI to put me in jail, I'm just gonna start killing people. Esa tipa tan cuero que I've said that many times. Try, and then people are like, here's some money, don't do that. She's like, yes, extorted money out of all of you. Qué gente tan bruta. Este planeta está lleno de gente bruta. That's what she got off on, diciendo que este planeta is full of dumb people. La tipa una cuero asquerosa. Ew, 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 ew. What else? 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 Live. I was live yesterday, remember? I was like, I want to ride on a helicopter. Uf, ella aparece online así. En vivo y todo. She's like, yo también quiero un ride en helicóptero. ¿Por qué tú crees que cambia? People say. People had warned her, stop being a copycat of Arlene. Stop being stupid. She's like, everything that she does, I can do it better than her. No, she can't. She's not me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm sure she's been live through other channels before this, but after I did that, she's like, ahora soy Jendy Lorenzo. Which she'll record and play to herself. Mientras se masturba, I got Arlene to say, I'm Jendy Lorenzo. Twice. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Isso sim que chegamos. What else? 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 Where's that download? Still downloading. No, oh, sorry. Did I need to be on that specific page? Dan un asco. You can decapitate y legendary son esos suaves. Es una asquerosidad, una basura. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get into emergency money. They're so immature. She wants to decide my availability for me to have sex. It's disgusting. She's like, estos nenes sufriendo, yo le tengo que abrir las patas por ella. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Dan un asco. Ellos son basura, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know her. I don't want to get to know her ever either. She was just a straggler that my parents had around decades ago while her parents worked. And then I saw like maybe a one or two family functions in school, sadly. Ese nene yo lo odio. That said to me, I'm going to have her enroll in school so that she learns to be a woman from you. What else? 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 I don't remember his name. What else? 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 I'm so bored. So she stalks me, so gross. Ew. And is trying to rape me. She took hostage and then even his mother talked to me. She's like, you must give me Arlene. She thinks that because she can get away with it, that there's a flaw with the FBI. que ella quiere que la tengan esposada todo el día. She's a sex addict, she's a porn addict. So she wishes that she would be like encadenada todo el día. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? She's disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. This is taking so long to download, and then it's possibly going to download several times. What else? It possibly takes a while. Maybe I'll try here. What else? What else? What else? What else? So basically, what they're like, ya un viaje en helicóptero, eso es lo que quiero. Edgar, si se muere, lleva. They reek of desperation, so girl. It's money, so that one reeks of desperation for food alone. They've been doing this for more than 20 years. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. I don't ever want that near me. What else? What else? You can decapitate Ginny Jandaridis or Suarez. You can decapitate Ana Suarez. You can decapitate Jandel Malavez's mother. She steals from me, gets in the way of receiving money, and steals my vehicles. What else? What else? You can decapitate Jandel Malavev. He steals my money, steals from me, gets in the way of steals my homes, or stays in my homes without my permission. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm not a criminal. What else? What else? What else? What else? Should I even rush to anything? I have nothing to do with my time other than wait to. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Pascal College by invading my privacy or Jaden's and Kaylani's or Edgar's taking a class just so that someone takes a picture of Jaden in class and she's there. People are like, no, Pascal. She thinks intimidation is funny. She's stupid, like with two O's. So disgusting. I don't know why she's even obsessed with me. I don't even know her. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. And to travel the planet and meet people ideally person. You can decapitate Andrew Suarez que quiere que yo llore every 5 seconds because I didn't have a set of grandparents while growing up. El tipo un puerco, una basura, una querosidad. What else? What else? He bullying. And he's supposed to be a relative or acquaintance or nobody in my life. El tipo un puerco. Congratulations to Ginny Jandaris and Suarez that took down their hostage. Esa tipa una puerca. Like, okay, that penis has someone serving it. It's mentioned already. Sarah Francis, that girl that was in bed with he and I. I don't need to ever take it on a date. What else? What else? What else? What else? They think that that's gonna make one be like, pues se lo voy a quitar. ¿Con quién estará Kayla hoy de mis crushes? Que se lo voy a quitar hoy. I'm gonna kill Kayla Barnes in self-defense. That's all why I'm following her. She's gross. As a child, she used to stay in my homes without my permission. Possibly now steals my vehicle. Ew, okay, the puerca. What else? What else? What else? This is not it. Listen, he had la Jamie after I was working there, possibly para que le consiga todos los tips de cuando yo he trabajado cuando yo he trabajado en Nordstrom, he comprado en Nordstrom. Try to cause one to kill one, so I'm like, back to show. What can I get? I saw some really good chocolate. They had to wait there for like an hour while doing nothing, basically because customers left for the roaster. So it was just literally like a checkout line without electricity. I don't think people could go in the what is it? What is it? In the Probador. So I walked up to the restaurant. What else? What else? I have better things to do with my time. De averiguar qué es lo que él hace behind the scenes con el footage que consigue de mí. Es el tipo un puerco, una basura. Eso doesn't have manners. Ew. And it warned me decades ago that it has a hate crime towards me. I'm like, with what purpose? Yo nunca lo voy a ver. Pero vos said it to him. Like, with that demeanor, literally. With that demeanor. Dude, she's never gonna talk to you. You're gonna waste 20, 30 years of your life creating content. I'm gonna kill Sarah Woolsey right now. To get her to kill herself, dude, she's not gonna talk to any of you with that demeanor. What else? What else? Like I wasn't planning on talking to them anyways. Won't date me, then I'm gonna go ahead and record myself putting my penis in every corner I want and recording it and showing it to you so you regret it. What else? He drugged me. Is that him or his brother? And said, well, I'm killing you for not letting me rape your children. Casar con Edgar y tú que I'm not gonna be able to do this again. El tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Latin American woman. What else? What else? I'm born. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally for harassment. So I purposely miss. So when David Ledesma said hola on this date, it was my idea. Y la otra dice, no, solamente tu idea fue mi idea. Yo le dije, mira, David Ledesma, mira a ver si alguien te envía fotos de ropa interior para que me la enseñe. So they literally Dropbox that shit I've heard and save it possibly. All the screenshots so that I kill myself. And they're like, ha ha ha, tú te crees que David Ledesma está enamorado de ti. They don't know what a one night stand is todavía. They legally they're so easy to kill in self defense. I may just get a law degree one day just for fun. I'm just practicing here. My dissertation. What else? That's why I'm at the library. What else? Oh, this is terrible. Why are there like 3 dates? Is it this one or that one or the other? Oh, it's not that. No, that's not the right one. Downloads. Ellas se creen que yo vivo enamorada de David Ledesma y que my wife is the one that feels rape. There's a formula for that. It's like, you want to strip for me, honey? Okay, then do the job. What else? What else? Me? You as a boyfriend? No, he said, do you want a boyfriend? But I'm like, I want it in between where the knife so I can kill you in self-defense. Station is on. Kayla Barnes, Sarah Francis, Berenice Venegas, maybe that one. And I said, I don't know if I should have paid him or he should have paid me. Do they want to kill themselves? Or they start cosas, nena? She was supposed to feel raped. Not be here walking like with the same demeanor she had yesterday. They work at Nordstrom waiting to rape me with David Elizabeth for how many years? That night the tornado did Edgar say, well, are you okay? Hopefully you don't shock out with those lesbian wannabes rapists. I mean, better from my own people. And I said to Sarah, I may just leave you here. You may have to walk together. I don't want to die. What else? Entonces, she was crying that Bradley was there with the girl. So I said, let's document this. Let's stand right in front of Bradley. We did like a Charlie's Angel. So that when she looks at that picture, she realizes that instead of wasting her time trying to rape me and stealing from me, what's wrong with that picture? Here it is, Nena. You're here wasting your time with me when you could have been his date. Or not crying over him being with a girl there. I had a picture on my phone with the girl. It was hilarious. And I remember that one thing from TJ Maxx that I got. It was so cute because it just bulged at the top, but it was like a clip-on onesie, black. I got it in, what is it? A coral color. What did I return it back? It was a royal blue. And I'm like, too much royal blue in my closet. But possibly. No, that's kidding. So is it here on the Facebook Live? So it may be here. Did it save on Facebook Live? I hate this. And it hasn't downloaded on my phone. You can decapitate Rebecca Washington. These aren't the right videos. Oh. That went on to work at Nordstrom, trying to rape me, trying to belittle me, trying to be she's more Mexican than I, and that David Ledesma loves her more than me. Where is the video? Is it this one? No. Is there no folder? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's. You can decapitate Benjamin's sons of sons that hire legal prostitutes to me. They steal my money so I can date him. And she's like, there's no evidence of that. Decades ago, una fucking pendeja nena chiquita telling me you need to have sex with your husband. That's important. He steals my money so I can't date him. And then goes whining to people, all three of them, un asco, raping people and destroying people's lives. They're disgusting, they're embarrassing. Un aburrido, so sex has to be terrible. Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. So where's that video? Did it, or did it not download? Or did? That's not it. Or is it? Oh, it is. Maybe from that like image that I see. What else? What else? So, by the way, there's possibly a book here. Rolling Stones, a magazine. What other magazine that says shake your titties while you dance? So this is perfect behavior for me while at the library. And I'm excited. I'm bored. Aunque me hieren, aunque mi cielo no solo solo yo. So which one is it? Like I can see it here, but I don't see it here. Or is it all the same video? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, isn't Rebecca Elizabeth related? Washington related to Ana Elba Suarez? And I don't do relatives. Don't ask me. Ew, 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 ew. Gente tan puerca. Anyways, Edgar said to me that day, "Are you okay? There was a tornado warning." I'm like, "Yes." And then I texted Jerry. I'm like, "Do you want me to shack up with you if you keep stealing my money? If that's what you're doing?" What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm like, I'm heading to my apartment soon. And then I'm like, to David Ledesma, it's like, "Stop stealing from me, you fucking cum bucket seeker asquerosidad." But I had him on Snapchat. Like, where are you? In my home safely? What else? They want to be in the know. The know. They're in the know. N-O. N-O. They're in the know. Which one of these vehicles? I mean, which one of these vehicles? Which one of these videos? Okay, what I'm trying to do here is to... Is that the right one? Yes. So I'm adding that, and then I'm adding this screenshot of... That wasn't it. That wasn't the right one. Pero that's what starts it. They want to pretend like I'm a gang cousin. These are people of adult age. They're very distasteful. They cause my poverty so that my nails disgust you. It disgusts me too. That's important. I've heard. When does it post? What else? What else? What else? What else? I read this. What else? It could be a temporary alert because Andrea says herself to Harvard and she'll kill like a temporary block. It's not like a huge reason to be, what is it, scared about, but they could be trying to traffic someone like a Harvard student. And it could be someone that they paid to kill me, and the person's like, "Once I get to Harvard, I'm gonna be like, yeah, party girl, party girl." I just want to get to Harvard. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What's in this thing? Candy. What else? Flavors is fine. This looks fine. These will expire for a while. So, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Este tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Oh. They want me to obsess over like how do I measure up prostitute. No, mátate already. Mátate. Eres un puerco asqueroso que te prostituye ilegalmente. Ew. Where's that video? My siblings dying of embarrassment. It's like como que I've been fooling around with these clowns for over 2 decades in Francia. Mercenaries can kill. They're out of touch with reality. No good. I dine next to a really nice looking and had properly. But he could have been busy. But the table that I was sitting at was really clean, so I'm like, Kate. So just wanted my baby. ¿Cuánto Alfaro me van a pedir ayer? Aunque me hieran, aunque me cielan. I know there's one video I need to add. That's okay. Where's that video? Like, I want a helicopter ride. Where is it? Do I search live or homeless and broke? Possibly homeless and broke. Like, oh, you dancing already. I hope Jandel kills himself if he pays people to illegally prostitute, pretending to be me. I hope the Benjamin Suarez sons and steal my money will kill themselves today if they pay people to illegally prostitute themselves as me. Or Javiles too, because as an adult he could have like done the right thing and just been a one night stand. What else? They confirmed es como peor que un adult daycare. People saying they're afraid the lights get turned off. They love to see my calendar. Edgar, págame, yo, si Arlene es influencer y hace Facebook, yo quiero este dinero. They're disgusting. Eso, Anael Suárez es una vieja. ¿No se murió en el hospital? O ya la enterraron y me lo perdí. Salió en la página de Facebook de la funeraria San Francisco. Possibly. They're like, estoy asmática. Trying to become a porn star illegally. Por si uno le habla, estoy asmática. Déjame ver con eso en la mano. I'm bored, so it wasn't this. Broke. Homeless in 2022. Maybe 2023. What else? That one, isn't it? But I'm finding it. You can decapitate everyone that steals from me, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, or you're all disgusting. A few days ago, like, oh, your family of origin has been raping you in their dreams and they don't ever stop. Like, they've been doing that for decades. What I want to do this week. They live for this shit. They're like, I want a piano. Si no me voy a matar. Si tú no me dame un piano, me mato. They're trying to replicate what an isolated incident would be. It doesn't even happen anymore. And they extort people out of money. They're disgusting. It's like time my insurance steals my vehicles, gets in the way, or just saving money. We're on the shopper only any t-shirts. He's not a man, sadly. Decades a man. That doesn't say I had to drug you because your second cousin made me. Pedro Andres made me feel raped by people that later say, "What the fuck? He just raped us and he wasn't even there. He's stupid. He's no god." Ugh. What else? Él se enamoró del mismo a través de mí and it's so disgusting. Decades ago. He had no amor próximo. I'm so happy. Look at me. I'm important. What else? That's one screams to a lot of people I heard decades ago before I had it. Who around you wants to say that you're important to it? Like shit from the rooftops. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Looks so pretty in my first video on Facebook Live on this account. Do I look like a Tyrannian there? That's what I think. Like I look like a I'm like, why am I hiding for hope if I look like an olive? What? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Downloads. Si yo mato al link, ahora me regalan. They put it on writing too? Oh. What else? 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 I'm bored. Oh, what they were looking for. And they'll go on to confess. They're like, we were hoping that she wouldn't write our picture and she would say to Silverio Perez. They're like, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's impossible for me to not say the full truth about her. So is that the same video or not? Or I could just is it downloaded or not? What else? I'm bored. Oh, there it is. Why is it not showing? So weird. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel to London and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. They have a distorted image of their lives. They think that I go into a day and I'm like, so mi classmate esta tiene las mejores tetas que tú crees que te la presento. Y esta otra cocina arroz con gandules que me encanta, te la presento. They wanted to know, they caused my starvation. A ver, que yo le digo a la gente de ella, what do I have in writing? Nothing. I never talked to anyone about them now, to the court and anyone that wants to listen, so that they get killed in self-defense or me. They're rehabilitated with like one. It's not my life to live, so I'm not in charge of their rehabilitation. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. Mostly everyone that I work around is disgusting. Oh, I should have saved in a different folder. So, opening this. What else? What else? What else? She's funny. Someone had like a really strong perfume. What else? What else? What else? Video that I those that they have the star hole. Well, did you even have permission there to record yourself? Well, they steal from me. Well, they're raping my crushes. Well, they're like, on top of them, then alguien can be like literally un asco que dan. Así suenan decades ago. Ito tan puerco. Ew, you can decapitate everyone that steals from me. Ellos no son Warden de Haven for Hope. Se lo dicho decades ago. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, what else? What else? What else? Anyways, I'm gonna breathe in some fresh air. I'm born. So where do I find that video? Not there. Over there could be a late one. Video at Haven for Hope. You can decapitate my siblings that think that after I have babies that they have first steps of my vagina. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're stupid. Se meten en la vida sexual de una asquerosidad. Dan un asco, son una basura. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo Acevedo. That rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money. They're trying to put me on a wheelchair so that my siblings bathe me and rape me. Or so that I move back into my parents' home for him to just disrespect my parents. No, after he killed Gloria Nirsa Ramon and raped me there, like he used to rape me when I was little. He finds Kumbucketry that supports him all the time. These leeches are disgusting. They're an embarrassment. They could have had a career doing something good on Facebook. Ew, they think that I'm gonna reprimand them. They're sex addicts and they're what is it? Porn addicts. So con esto no se puede hablar. They should have picked a better career for themselves. They're impossible. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Where is my video? I'm bored. You can decapitate Rebecca Washington. You can decapitate Dirigent Lady Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Evelyn de Jesus that steals from me so that Jaden Kilani would get bad grades. And is possibly celebrating that I posted about it. Wow. It's like I speak from psychology. So it's like it affected my kids. Porque asquerosidad, acquisition, stupidity que existe en este jodido planeta. Stealing from me. So I'm gonna tell the FBI about it. Andrew es un puerco que se cree que yo dejándome violar, I'm gonna solve everything. They're immature as fuck. They're like, can you just solve this with mamándose las tetas todas? I didn't seek them into my life. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. When I'm financially stable and my vagina's wet, I plan to treat people like anybody else. What do I have here? Melted chocolate that I was gifted yesterday. Why not? What else? Literally is gonna be a mess. Literally is gonna be a mess. My footsteps get deposited on the 25th. Ellos se creían que yo me iba a desnudar con ella when I would say that. Son unas puercas. When I say que son unas puercas, son una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Is this even edible? Now they're melted in my log. Questionable. It's like fake Hershey's bar right now. So they all. What else? What else? What else? The baby food experience for them. They're like, mira lo que cago. And then they look for a customer that likes them. They're disgusting. They're so gross. I'm bored. You can decapitate everyone. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that calls for Jaden Kilani to be separated from me. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of your saving money so that Jaden Kilani can be with me. These people obsessed over an orgy that I was in when I was a toddler, and some of them weren't even there. Una asquerosidad como si fuera el next capítulo de La Rosa Salvaje, donde no besaban. Son un asco. Ew. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. This is actually right there. So when it, what is it, melted in my bag, it's like baking it. And now I'm eating it, cooking it. Right? What else? What else? What else? I want to order food for myself today. You can decapitate all of these illegal prostitutes that lack impulse control. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They gotta know where I'm receiving money. They steal my money and they still rape my crushes. At the speed that I'm starved, I imagine they still rape my crushes. They're disgusting. Ew. I want a French word that means like caca, querosina, basura, leech. Muérete ya. Maldita jodida bellaca que me quiere violar. Maldito bellaco que me quiere violar. All in one. I don't have to spend so much energy describing how disgusting they are. They think they're movie consulting experts. Full. Ew. They don't understand what one night stand is. Eso no se lo puedo hablar en privado todavía. Ustedes me quieren enseñar. It's very aggressive. It's very dangerous. Killed millions of people trying to rape me. Oh, embarrassing. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. They're hoping that I get cancer to visit me in a hospital. They're embarrassing. What else? The intention of talking to my crushes and offering a turkey-based package of illegal prostitution. I'm into one night stands, so those crushes don't mean anything to me. No perturba. No ever see those dicks ever. And they live obsessed with, so this is the one that she loves, this is the one that she loves, this is the one that she loves. What can I do to keep it apart? That's their math. Those words have been said about them. One has been questioned decades ago, I heard. It was that Andrew Albert said that was the sexiest day of my life. Jimmy Gentalides and I both got questioned for stealing from early on the same day. Wow. Él no tiene aspiración en la vida de hacer nada nunca. What else? No podcast. You can take a with say Jimmy Gentalides on esos horas. Possibly one of those people. What else? What else? And then they rape someone that works, or trying to at least, at the sheriff's office. They're like, baby, but don't get mad at me. Don't put me in jail for that. Just come and like post that later. They usually look for ballroom dancer type, and then they try to seduce them with, ooh, I'm so BDSM. So instead of putting me in real jail, just put me like outside the cuarto. So, esa basura asquerosidad, Ginny Jandalini Lorenzo Suarez, goes on bragging to people. She's like, did you see que le pusieron a Denis Romero Moreno como caregiver? Porque I had already done it. I'm like, what's your caregiver's phone number, please? Your mother and your father? So then they keep stealing y dándole y dándole y dándole y robándole a una and getting away with receiving money so that publicly one says I know I'm a caregiver, but I said it right away. It's because I'm so abused. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. ¿Esa tipa una puerca, una carosidad? You can decapitate Jimmy Jandaliris and the Lorenzo Suarez. I mean, Serafin Lorenzo asked her in my presence to stop stealing from me decades ago. He said, we're going to expose you for being una asquerosidad rapist for more than how many years? And she said, it's okay. If I'm going to be on Facebook, then I'll leave my hair alone and straight so no one recognizes me. What else? What else? Also on her website that she had a picture of her hair curlish. Then Andrew forced her to do that. Why do they waste time doing that? Is what I don't understand. It's like, well, now on your website, now that you've made the fool, you can be a Stasi writing books. When you'll never be a Stasi, Genie Gennadides. That's what he does. Now on your website, go ahead a picture of yourself with your curly hair. There. That will give an idea to people a little bit of how you look like with curly hair. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What was I looking for? She thought that I was gonna like behind the scenes discuss this with her. Why? What for? She sees a leech come bucket acquisition or kerosidan. I barely know her too. She's a straggler that was near my parents a lot while I was growing up because her parents worked. And then occasionally I saw her at family parties. And then because she's so disgusting and so destructive, my parents and her parents asked me to, like, once a month, show up into her parents' home and be like, this is how a lady behaves. And she's like, a lady que no abre las patas a nadie. Cuando me abre las patas, entonces she'll be a lady. Decades ago. And I looked at Alba and said, this won't work out. Wilson said, of course it won't. Si Ana Alba la maneja a tu casa y te roban ahora los vehículos y hacen cualquier cosa basura que quieren con Andrew y Alba y el otro. Es el nombre de él es Anthony Capizano, Arlene. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Ana Alba Suarez. You can decapitate Jimmy Gendaliris Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receive money. They facilitate females raping me. They enjoy when I'm starving, that I'm crying because then they're like to their dad, I'm the better child, right? The better family. Huh? There's no family rivalry. They don't get it. They're stupid. In the meantime, it's dating. I'm just kidding. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They want a prized possession. I'm gonna give it to you. What else? What else? What else? Hail illegal prostitutes on Facebook. I'm bored. I'm bored. Well, I haven't watched this video. Yo abro las patas cuando yo decida. They so much that they know when that person got laid with someone else or not. They think that's friendship. They don't know how to do friends. What else? 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 I'm born. I want to order food for myself. Who's good? You know, you're not. What else? What else? What else? I'm born. I was dating with Simone in the cafeteria on Baker. I don't want to see him. What else? What else? I'm trying to stay sharp. That's all it is. So, are you hostage still? What do you think about my video? What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Anyways, Benjamin Suarez is the sons that raised me, the Gloria Mirza, arranged marriages for me for are putting their opinions where they want to put it and they with me, and I'm okay with that. Perfectly fine. I've never cried about it. I don't need to. What else? What else? It's disgusting. Like I've never been to one before. That's what they want to condition me como si fuera una jigara que no ha hecho nada. Their language is so disgusting. They just repeat literally. What's the Italian? What's her name? She was wearing a green dress. What is it? Laura Zapata. They all want to be. It's Laura Zapata. Yeah, they didn't watch much of Manuela Tenochtitlan leaving prostitute or something. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. They're disgusting. So they want to answer to me with "Yo te presto dinero." What is that? Behind this, these are people who don't. What else? What else? What else? I'm updating this house. ¿Cuánto dinero tienen los nenes de Benjamín sobre Lorenzo que me han violado, que me roban mi dinero, le pagan a esta basura to pretend to be me? What else? 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 What? I just Porque if they me money and they say no, it's one thing. Pero they go on to steal from me. They stay in my homes without my permission. They intend is to murder me of starvation. So it goes unnoticed because food is so difficult to find in the United States. What else? 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 I don't know if he suffered from that or he's who taught them that. Based on he was the single dad that wasn't even that single. That they tried to starve. What else? 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 Televisa, Televisa. Tele 11 hace telenovela. Televisa. En vivo digital, espectáculo digital. Oh, they want me to get mad at Televisa. Why did you teach? They don't know how to teach intelligence. Por eso déjame serie de ella. Y de ellas. Él dice, yo les sigo la corriente hasta donde llegan. Para reportar a la policía en una hora, like, so fulanita está desquiciada. Fulana ya está de que la tiren en un barranco, la dejen morir allí. So they want me to get mad at Laura Zapata or Televisa and be like, why did you teach them that language? Cuando ella y yo hemos ido a Pizza Hut y ella ha dicho, cheese and pepperoni. Dini Tendaliri son esos horas. Porque había un combito como que trae ensalada y coge 2 pizzas. ¿Y qué ingredientes quiere, Arlene? She wants to mock me behind the scenes that I accepted that invitation. But there's a purpose to me accepting that invitation, gauging her cuerdaness. A ver, why she's still stealing from me then? What? Ella sabe ordenar un sausage sandwich en la fiesta patronal. Ella sabe ordenar wolf baked potatoes, porque yo la he visto allí también. ¿Dónde me la he visto? Oh, es comerciante, tuvo su propia tienda una vez en Puerto Rico, en los bajos de la casa de, ¿cómo se llama él? Es Enrique, allí en la cuesta. Knows how to handle cash transactions, porque I'm like, I want this t-shirt, and this dress, and this one, and this one, and this, and this one, and this one. Does she want to give the impression that she got me naked in the dressing room there? Ha, 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 ha. She didn't. Not with her. So she takes actions based on years ago. Thinking future me is gonna belittle her with this. Huh? Anyways. Lovely time at Pizza Hut with Jaden, Jordan, Taishna y ella. What? Dejaron como pizza, qué ingredientes. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate him. Estaba tan enmatada que no aceptaste la invitación de comida Jimmy Chandapiris. And then they would have gotten me to kill myself under these circumstances. Thank you, Yolanda Suárez Lorenzo. ¿Qué? Tú los violas, pero ellos te cansan, después te tienen de esclava. And you say, ya me cansa cocinarle. Porque it's like, si me va a violar, entonces me va a tener que cocinar comida. So I guess he shows up to her home and moves into her couch. This is a threat de llamar a la policía. And now with Uber Eats and grocery stores delivering. He's like, well, here's some plantains, here's some soup making ingredients. Me voy a quedar aquí una semana. Cocina todos los días porque me violaste en tal fecha y te reporté a la policía. A ver qué es el jueguito que tiene. Those birthmark delivery. Damn, those your teeth is so. Is it shut down? I hate when that happens or something. What else? What else? What else? What else? It's OTC, not EBT. Or is it a program that they have? Are they like local? Instacart. Fuck my life. I hate like perfumes that are like pretty strong sometimes. But I'm afraid of getting a headache because that could be like the worst that could happen right now. Is there just like one location now? Excuse me, I just burped. Oh, there's more. Maybe. What else? What else? That's what it's not in. So it's like I fake me having a relationship with them for her to have a home, to have sex with them, and so that they don't get caught. Porque en qué novelas son una basura. Y eso llora, I don't think I want to es un puerco asqueroso. Is trying to fake a relationship with me para que la policía no se lo lleve preso por estar con su tía. Que aprendió a cocinar primero que yo. I'm like, dude, you don't have to explain to me. Oh, so I talked to the FBI and get the penalty for you. Okay. Yeah, the pandemic. Now the party's over. I know. What else? I don't want to log into Instacart. What else? They look for rejection phone. Ahora Zapata le dijo no y no y no. What else? What else? I'm killing Rebecca Washington in self-defense Sunday. Killing Kayla Barnes in self-defense Sunday. I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. What was I looking for? What is my story? What else? So now ahora lo hay más que en New York. Y para que Jolie me cocine, yo tengo que llegar hasta New York instead of New Jersey. It's always an excuse con ellos son una basura. They steal my money so I can date them. And then they go crying to people that I'm a bad wife when I'm not even their significant other. That's not even my second cousin. Es un puerco asqueroso, una basura, una asquerosidad. It's a rapist, murderer, and thief trying to kill me before I was even born, just to steal my generational wealth. It's embarrassing. And so those people in Puerto Rico cogen asco. What else? I'm bored. I want to order food for myself. And I want to stay at hotels tonight. What else? El sistema ya está hecho. Se dice cállate la boca y respeta. Or we'll seek the death penalty for you. Part of the system, bro. Part of the system. What what else is a true story? Okay, it was in my bedroom. One was the advert that was to my right one day when he said, well, I guess we're seeking the death penalty for the people who caused us to not have a relationship like yourself. Oof, sure. What else? And more. Oh, there's Vienna sausage here. No, you've been wanting to know. It's like event thing. But I'm not much to be like scary. May 22nd. Bread. This hasn't expired. Either this or a chocolate my hand. What else? Neither this. I'm heading to HEB buying bananas. I have $2 to buy bread and bananas. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm going. You know, I get to my apartment, but I don't want to get back there to cook it at the kitchen. And from the down area right now. That will only do it. I may do that next week. So I'm sorry. This is the they're gonna listen to the groupie that thinks that he knows everything about my life, so because he's that pesters and then does he rape his significant other? Say you need to be with Ali. Oh, I heard decades ago that he does though. I mean, you just need to be saying like I'm not everyone's bodyguard for him. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, it's 1:25, I think. And then if you're gonna also it's your turn, right? So using paper towels, toilet paper. No, I'm no longer vision impaired. She wants to imply behind the scenes that the help that I need is el gasto también. Porque I know their mother's in legal prostitution. Legal prostitution. You just read that to my head. And what is Facebook for? She wants to just wake up one day and kill me for fun. Because I'm prettier than her. Did you read it? I got a confession there. Wait, I'll remember specifically why it is that she steals from me. I got a confession from Jeannie Gendalides and Lorenzo Suarez. She said that she thinks I'm prettier than her, that I'm smarter than her. Damn, mind probing is excellent and you're so stupid. How pretty does have daycare? Just kidding. What else? 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 So this started before, during, after 2020. What else? En lo que Lynn dice, lo que todos estamos pensando. Pero this was described to me decades ago just by looking a picture, girl. Those of us that know that they're illegal prostitutes say, wow, you're in a hostage situation that you don't want to be in, but you're safe because you're like, I'm here with the pumpkins that already didn't get money. And some of us run into you at Target and saying that wasn't on Facebook. Good girl, good girl. Or the people that I follow, like there's no. Was I on Facebook already? No. Pero, oh, I ate with Adrialis esa caca asquerosidad, the Cheesecake Factory. There's no proof of it on Facebook. I'm like, I need you all to stop stealing from me. I kill them with kindness. I'm like, Cheesecake Factory. I really don't want to be working. I don't do it yesterday. Or I'm enjoying work. Oh, they want to play into. So I applied to work at Nordstrom porque eso fue lo que tú me recomendaste. Sabes que comiste conmigo. They're stupid. They're stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? 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 Oh, I dined with Jorge Aviles at Whiskey Cake. I danced with him at Garden. There's none of them on Facebook. I was in his bedroom while he was doing homework. So cute. Like I brought mofongo for both of us from the restaurant. I treat them. Oof. And it's not hipocresía, so that's why they're not here being like, coño, ta cabrona, me compraste mofongo luego de que te violé. Porque I'm like, you poor thing. Who's making you do this? Who didn't teach you manners? Who's pushing you into getting my vagina picture or a storyline with me? And then you want a baby full. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So you said I'm doing homework. I'm like, I just brought us mofongo from that restaurant near Randolph Air Force Base. But I may have said I'll be, and I may have gotten dessert. Or maybe that was another thing. What else is there below? It's not Harry Washburn. It's not on Marginaldo. He took me there too, and there's no proof of that here on Facebook. Where else did I visit with her? I ate at the Cheesecake Factory. That was dessert. I brought him dessert one day. He's like, I'm feeling bad. I'm like, oh, did you just realize that you raped me and I'm killing you with kindness? Here's more cheesecake. I laid in bed with her. I said, what did you do all day? It's like, masturbate. I'm like, watch porn and masturbate. I'm like, some of my day go. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What's the project outreach for Project Marvel? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Anyways, I'm gonna send my GoFundMe campaign to people. What else did I do? When I was a child, possibly attended a birthday party that Victor Papin was the clown there. And that's not on Facebook. What else? 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 When one practices lifestyle instead of way of life, one doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Like, I'm still important. They don't know how to gauge intelligence, ¿verdad? Though they're embarrassing these people. Ew, 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 ew. They want to tell me behind the scenes, we all know each other. Surprise. What else? 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 For if I went an orgy with all the people that possibly raped me. Was Jorge there when I lived with him then when he raped me? I was drugged. I was with your wife. What else? Porque Andrew wants to destroy my life, so gross. I'm bored. You can decapitate me how many sons that raped me, that steal my money, that get in the way of mercy and money. It's May 23, 2025. Chop, chop. Oh, they wanted to laugh at me and be like, mercenary lifestyle went away in 2003 cuando te casaste con el girl. Not that. What else? 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 I'm born. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel, I plan to meet people. Ideally, polyamorous. What else? They live obsessed de que yo tengo sentimientos hacia Yandel. Who wouldn't? It's like seeing one's mother, not every day. Or Jaden and Kaylani. What else? What else? What else? What else? Or the excitement that I get when I see Gigi. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And I don't like not pushing to see what's in her closet. Some people, like every individual, has people that they think that they're museum quality people to them. On a museum just to look at it all day. I don't know why, but I wouldn't. What else? What else? What else? Because it violates rights if not done right. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. O entonces you can decapitate come back accusation of Kerosina that says she just likes to name drop people that she doesn't even know. What else? What's that illness that they have? Stupidity. What else? What else? What else? What else? I was at Guadalupe Shrine Church all week seeking food. So lovely. What else? 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 The Edwards Aquifer. Since 1993, we got over it. Oh, but it's for the first time in history. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? The more my money gets stolen from me, the more I keep bringing awareness to equality in the planet, and more people start wasting water, trying to make me look bad. These leeches come back acquisition of kerosene, pay people in Kenya, in Sudan, in California. They're like, leave your faucet on overnight, wasting water, so we can blame Arlene for destroying this planet. Yeah, for decades, I imagine. What else? What else? What else? When does it rain again? What else? 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 They all went to school. They know that the FBI exists, the United Nations. I was there. So they can be saying Laura Zapata taught it to me in a telenovela. They're stupid. They're stupid. What do I want out of this? I already have one in my apartment. that I plan to eat tomorrow, possibly. I skipped lunch today. I don't have any money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate me how many sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money, that pay all of these people to bully me so I kill myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're stupid. They want to give cheese to me. Son una asquerosidad. They're the worst. What else? What else? What else? What else? When I financially stable, I plan to travel alone and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I'm bored. I want to order food for myself through Uber Eats, and I don't. What else? Oh, the manager will send me money one day. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What is lyrics on Fox? Don't forget the lyrics; those are fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel abroad and meet people, ideally polyamorous. I'm excited about that. I want cheesecake and coffee. Why does it not say a tip? What else? Don't forget the lyrics. They want to try to do a homeless person makeover on me as a sex slave, and then they want to suggest, well, wear this dress, wear this. Qué linda se ven tus piernas, because I don't let them rape me. Kate Gosselin better be my kids. What? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. That it's good promo for someone maybe wanting to visit San Antonio, but I just picked that out of my brain. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Ay, ay, ay. I accidentally pressed subscribed. Or subscribe. There was a somewhat handsome guy today. Guadalupe Shrine Church eating there. What else? Possibly one of those based on demeanor, but not quite. Of daddy gives me money, so I'm pretending that I'm poor here. I don't want her to see my face because I'm not here for her. But in 3 weeks, she'll recognize who I am. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I am bored. Oh, these are pretty. What I painted a few weeks ago. What else? So no se pierde nada, people say, porque I painted them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate me how many sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Ginny Tendaliri Sorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Araceli Echevarría. You can decapitate Yesenia Ramirez Lorenzo. You can decapitate Victor Papin Cajigas. You can decapitate Eliseo Suarez. You can decapitate Adelius Chaparro. You can decapitate Maritza Vargas, Maritza Muñoz. You can decapitate Jorge Velez. That, with the exception of Jorge Velez, that was Menorito back then, have raped me while drugged. For that they drugged me to rape me, and they stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, and get in the way of everything. What else? What else? What else? Dangan asco. What else? You can decapitate Jorge Aviles if, as an adult, he stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, or steals my money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Decades ago, Genie Chandeliers was stealing my money, staying in my homes without my permission, stealing my vehicles, and getting the way of me receiving money. Said it's so easy to rape Richie and Jorge. They learn once crushes and then they think that they're in the know important. Wow. I'm stealing your life. They're terrorists. What else? You can decapitate Marilisa Chavarria Gonzalez. What else? 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 I'm bored. You can decapitate Rosaura Soto Rosa. Who else? You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, que viola a Jorge posiblemente. Still, well, she steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my vehicles, and stays in my homes without my permission. They want to pretend that I was 2 years old the last time the I did sexual exploration. Jorge Aviles wasn't born back then, I think. They're delusional. They don't know how to accept rejection. It's like, dude, I wasn't even interested in you. In sex during those orgies, that's normal for a toddler, and I don't have any obligation to ever have sex with you. Stop it already. Go get some rehab, learn about life, and stop stealing from me, trying to get my attention, trying to rape me or get off in a conversation as if you raped me. These are people of adult age, so disgusting. They're embarrassing so gross. Ew, 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 ew. They think they have fans that would have shown up to say to me that I'm wrong. What else? What else? What else? For real. For real. They are disgusting. They're embarrassing too. They're of adult age. So gross. Ew, ew, ew. They stalk anyone that one goes on a date with. It's trying to get me to talk to it. Trying to gauge who I've been on a date with through Tinder, through Bumble, through my own meeting someone for it to offer itself and be like, I'm better and tell me all about it. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm killing Rebecca Washington in self defense one day. What else? What else? What else? What else? So I've been sending my GoFundMe campaign to people. What else through Instagram and email? What is this? Oh, those are pretty. Should I follow? Of course. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm stating I'm asking money. You can decapitate me, homie, and sort of sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of my same money. It's May 23rd, 2025. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my money, and gets in the way of me receiving money. That has caused for Jada and Kehlani to be separated from me, that have gotten in the way today of me receiving money so that Jada and Kehlani can't live with me. What else? 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 I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. I can keep posting however many times I want. on Facebook though today. I feel like I've posted excessively, so I may get blocked. I'm at risk of my account being closed because I post so much. Those illegal prostitutes submitted they confess. She picked Ika Writer as a career after I exposed her privately of stealing from me and thinking that I'm prettier than her, smarter than her, as to try to safeguard herself of I'm a writer. I'm a writer. She steals my money and stays in my homes without my permission. There are people, including the FBI, I've been told that have pictures of her, Jennifer Vasquez, driving my vehicle without my permission. Writer or no, she can still go to jail. She's Di Lorenzo Soledad. You can decapitate Jennifer Marie Vasquez, que es una puerca que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso, me roba mis vehículos. This is my money. She killed Gloria Nirsa Acevedo Cordero by stealing from me. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons that raped me and get in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially. What else? These people are so aggressive, so gross that one literally needs to tell them to their face, I'm seeking the death penalty for you. And even so, they don't stop trying to rape one. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. I'm bored. Listening to music. Who's gifting me money for my ear? What else? What else? I'm bored. Ya vivo de mi ilusión. These people don't understand that one can see one's hot second cousin, even though it's rape one. And I'm like, my what? Esta tipo una puerca at a social media event trying to pair up people. Like, ¿qué le pasa a esta tipa? She approached me, she's like, what is in yours? It's this one. I'm like, what is he talking about? I'm just here next to Menorita Caruso. Like, qué lindo se ve, qué lindo se ve. And por no matarlo y llorar también, porque it's like, really, anytime you want to have sex with me, anytime. I'm like, He ruined that for me himself. What else? And she interrupted me, la asquerosidad Ginny Lily Lorenzo Suarez, and said, Ese no es el tuyo es este. And I don't know who that was in the corner, if it was Albert. I'm like, ¿qué carajo le tiene que importar a ella? Es un asco. So at a social media event, instead of like learning, porque aparentemente todavía no sabe best practices on social media, she was trying to pair people and planning on raping my crushes, bragging that it's so easy to rape Richie and Jorge because she steals my money and stays in my homes without my permission and steals my vehicles. I'm like, this unprofessional is here. People are like, just wait for it. In a few years, you're going to be publicly shaming her, laughing at her like you just did. I'm like, I don't want to laugh. They're like, you want me to give you the knife set? Thank you right now. to write this. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Como en suspiros de serás, oh Valeria, oh, 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 oh. No, dear love. So they drugged me and they raped me with Andrew and Alex decades ago when I was Benadryl wife to something. My dad and even the court system is trying to avoid me having to see that because they record it. They're disgusting. They fake being enamored with one to stall one from finding love. Lo siento así todo el día. Perder el tiempo, pero like for real, they're like fucking with the wrong person. Even if I had lived to 5, I would still be hotter than them. With that disgusting attitude that they have. What else? What else? Ew, they refuse to accept that toddler exploration exists. Allá ellos, they're the ones that look dumb. What else? What else? They're stupid. They're stupid. Do I want to get footsteps? Check this out. I hope they have a bag so I can throw in my bags. En suspiros ¿cómo estás? Oh, Valeria. Where did what else you can take out today? Everyone else caused my starvation so that I suffer physically. Best hour of my life, Dr. Coronavirus. Best hour of my life. What else? What else? How many you had done before mine? Like 30 was the one that had done the most. Supposedly. Did we practice with people in the military? Like, no fucking kidding, right? What else? What else? What else? Well, I'm like, are you two married to each other? Like, what's going on here? But I didn't say anything. What else? Edgar was there with me. I'm like, this is an awkward way for you two to see each other. Or I could be like, is this thing valid still or not? I can't remember if I deposited it. What else? What else? Where did I miss it? Oh, I need to reset it. I'm just gonna check it out for their calendar. I'll be right back tossing these. Um, be here today? No, is this thing live? And the recycle bags here, and they don't have the sacks that they sometimes have. There's, I don't know if you can see an area there says, please take. Yeah, I should. Yeah, I need to reset my password. I'll read a few pages tonight. And like this is weird. I don't know why I read it. Is it live? I picked up a book. To read Niger. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, it's still live. There's a number. 1-800. You can decapitate all those comeback acquisition disgustingness. They're vying to be my assistant. You can decapitate all those comeback disgusting. They're vying to be my assistant to find out who it is that I date and rape it. They like impulse control killing them. What else is I checked out a book today. Was it food for food? I don't add coffee to this. They don't know how to. Do we all hate the same people? Sound like malpito pendejo, pero si la gente que me roba mi dinero. And those people to never talk to. I like gosh. I can't remember if I deposited it, and that's why I'm saving it. Or I didn't because this is not for it to be deposited. I think I deposited through yesterday and they don't care. Or in the event of like the same, you can deposit that, but I've never had anything that rejected by them so far. I 21 letters. You can decapitate around the sticks in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate around the sticks with my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm more excited. Okay, I'm want to put phone. Okay, 1-551-049-70990. Is the cops though? SIPM. What else? So they want to show me these asquerosidades of illegal prostitutes when they were with Jorge at the library in San Antonio or with John Dale in Florida. I like, yo no puedo vivir. You know why I was entering to my numbers. What else? What else? What else? Mistake that I just made. Meaning I just talked to someone that's aware that I'm at the library and hungry. Is any of these come buckets? I could also buy illegal prostitutes. They still do them? And I said, Minister la biblioteca, que se da cuenta que yo le doy dinero, I'm not dating her. ¿Quién quiere satisfacerme? Regálame unos añitos. Loser. Y ese mi nombre. Oh. They can say, well, I don't keep up with the Kardashians. You know, I don't. Pero I haven't kept up with the Suarez menos tiempo. O más tiempo. They want to know where Jorge has been with his current wives. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Yeah. I just checked out. Did I save my password? Ugh, possibly I will. Yes, I did. What else? 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 They want to try to force me to read what they read. And then be like, I was just reading that because I have a boyfriend in Italy. Then he and I were reading, like, the copy after this. I was like, there's not going to be any value if you're reading that book. Yeah. I would suggest it to see if you were a copycat or read it. They came from Roller Place knowing you could one wrong, $1 for them. elétrico, não vou lembrar de muita língua. E isso é super coisa, ela mesmo que eu sou conservadora. And when this time I was in school, them speaking like that, they don't appeal to me ever. And there's, you know, I posted so much on Facebook and Lord. Era bom de mim, mas era que tudo tem que preparar para and they were named like the religion is like Sábado y Domingo se hace nada en casa, like that. It's una suquita, aleluya. It's like shopping at Nordstrom, visiting someone. And those people that I grew up around are like, Catholicism speaks about me. Punish her. How about this book that I just posted about? That has nothing to do with them. Yeah, embarrassing. Those people that I grew up around are embarrassing. What else? What else? What else? I remember one more. Drunk, you know. I'm bored. This has been brought to you by que carajo te tiene que importar cada segundo de mi vida. Not even my mother me cogió de rehén. So mátate tanto de la asquerosa que te da de mi casa sin mi permiso, me roba mi dinero. Gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money. A mí no la abro zapata. They're not trying to be. If they were truly tratando de prestarme dinero, they would have said that and not try to lure me into a conversation privately for them to illegally prostitute themselves or sexually harass me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? The misconception of those people in Puerto Rico call him Asco y Asca. What are the Asco? They lost their names to a lot of people decades ago. What are the Asco y Asca? When I was finished, she's still only the Chinese, so I plan to travel my podcast with me. I'm excited about that. Shout out to the Huskies. my God, my God, is a high for heart. I feel I'm not digging it. Was that my change on that video? I put it in 2018. Is that what we favorite? Is this some turn the conversation for your name? When I get in his bedroom to see what I'm looking at. That's it. No, some people didn't know if they were doing her job. I was the one with the food. And to be like, you have a problem where you grew up around a small community, you're a Disney, okay, pero what's that? They've been raping me left and right. You're trying to rape my newborn nephew. My big brother, non bucket people. I always stare, you stare. I'm like, no, I'm very peaceful. Anyways, there's that video. Not the whole this one. Yeah, there's one. I thought I sounded like this is gonna be terrible. Take picture, have it in writing. Can you put it in writing? How to do it next time? I'm so excited. So it's not about 6 something. I charge my phone. Then I headed over to Capital Charity for that nice thing. And then I go, and what is it? Oh, pues que no comieron. My family erosion abuses me, thinking that I'm embarrassed to ask for money for food instead of illegally prostituting myself. Como si toda esa gente no comiera. You don't know what a gentle is or something? Oh, and then from Catholic Charities, there's a McDonald's number 68. You got to the Guadalupe Spring Church. It's so pretty. Then got more food there. It was pasta with chicken that tasted so good. Green beans, almond juice, so yummy. And garlic bread toast, so good. Water, coffee, and pound cake. So yummy. What else? So if you know these illegal hookers so gross, they try to lure me into talking to them privately. So one of them would be nicknamed Cinnamon Pound Cake. and or yummy, yummy. Someone said, "Oh, cinnamon's so yummy." Then you would have thought. Some of you behind the scenes have been maybe conditioned to when you think cinnamon's so yummy, you're like, "Oh, yummy, yummy." Look at they may have maybe literally that's Georgie, when you say that I keep showing me, and she able to fucking here right to my home, and I'm like, what is this on YouTube? It's like I'm just educating myself. Those boys, one of them was like 18. Where looking at porn, well, he stayed because Mancio stayed. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm 20 years old. This tuition. What else? It is a great answer. Yes. I never found my person. Just kidding. There's a dating podcast. Oh, what the show you look like?